Well, guess what, everybody? Look at us on time tonight. For my Faith and Giggles fans or people out there, they know that I have a hard time starting on time, but my clock says 7 o'clock, so I think we're doing good.
Great.
Yeah, I think we're all right. Hey. Oh, I gotta turn my volume down. I forgot about this. Oh, jeepers. Okay, so welcome everybody. It's gonna take a few minutes for people to get on board, but I'm just gonna start rambling because I do that best, really. I just start talking and we'll see where it goes. But hey, Becky, Sandy's on. I think I just missed a couple people, Sharon and, oh, I can't see, is it Calissa? What a pretty name. Mary? Oh, thanks everybody for jumping on. Jean? Shelly's on, woohoo! Shelly, are you proud of me for getting started on time? We were chatting, can you imagine? And you know, all of a sudden, oh yeah, we gotta start. Patty's on. Thank you everybody for joining.
Thanks everyone.
Yeah. Are you gonna enjoy the pretty Christmas background here? I did that just for you, so that you can. All right, everybody. So I want to so we have serious stuff to talk about. We have fun stuff to talk. We do. It's very serious and important. I think that's the better word. Really important work that we want to talk about. It's Giving Tuesday, which is exciting for everybody in the nonprofit world. So you know, we're in the retail. You're sitting in a retail store here with us. Small Business Saturday and Small Business Week, really, for us, we celebrated, was big. And really for the Franciscan Peacemakers, that's a big deal too, because they've got the social enterprise. But what we really are going to focus on tonight is the street outreach portion of Franciscan Peacemakers. So I should really start formally and introduce myself. I really don't do that very well. I'm Wendy. My husband Jason and I own Faith and Giggles Gift Shop, which is where we are sitting tonight for this interview. And sitting to my left is Mary Leach-Sumlin, who is the Associate Director for the Franciscan Peacemakers and a delightful human being. Say hello, Mary.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us this evening.
We're going to chat a little bit. I'm going to give you my insight about what my connection is with Franciscan Peacemakers, and then we're going to let Mary talk a little bit about what the mission is and what street outreach looks like, not just during the pandemic, but just in general. It's something that we can talk about. What is street outreach? What does it look like? But actually hearing from the people who are doing it and talking with the women on the streets who are struggling with addictions, who are being exploited, who are being trafficked. I mean, I can sit here in Hartford and talk to you until I'm blue in the face about what that's about. But what's really important is to hear from somebody like you, Mary, who is actually out there doing it, and talk about what you see and about the women. And you know, I think what's really important is that people understand the human connection. You know, this is not just statistics. This is not just something happening someplace else. You know, this is human trafficking, sex trafficking, sexual exploitation. It's happening online. By the time a person gets to a situation where they're on the street, which is where the street outreach team meets with these women more than anything, by the time they're there, there's a whole lot of trauma.
A lot of things that have gone on in their lives, a lot of wrong turns and missed opportunities by the time they get to that point.
Yeah, you don't just wake up and start on the street.
Yeah.
So we're going to let Mary talk more about that. I promise. I'm going to let you talk more. Okay, and then when we're at the end, and we're going to make you wait to the end, and we're only going to do about 15 minutes. Deacon Steve gave me strict instructions because he's the one who's usually here, but I'm really delighted to have Mary. And no offense, Steve, but
I'm sure he's listening.
I'm sure he is. But then we're going to give away a few free things. So listen close to the things we're telling you, because the trivia questions that we're going to have at the end of this with free prizes are going to relate to some of the information that we're giving you now. Okay, so make sure you pay attention. So real quick, my connection with the Peacemakers. I'm on the board of directors of the Franciscan Peacemakers. And the way Jason and I got connected with Deacon Steve and the Peacemakers organization was that one day Deacon Steve came in motivated by another person that he knew who knew us, customer of ours, to come in and see if we'd be interested in selling their bath and body products. And at that point, I think it was only just bars of soap, as far as I remember. And we hadn't gotten the lotions yet. But so we had the conversation about what Peacemakers did and do. And it was really interesting. It piqued our interest. But I do remember it was in the fourth quarter that Steve came in, and it was right prior to Christmas. And
that must have been about 7-8 years ago.
Yes, it was. That was a while ago now. And it was right before the holidays, and so it was really busy. And I feel like I remember that I just remember doing the display of the soaps and just thinking, gosh, I got to learn more about this. But I didn't have time. I didn't have time to learn more about it. And I just remember moving forward from there. We got through the Christmas season, and then somebody in our community was actually, a teenage gal was doing a run across Wisconsin to raise awareness about trafficking and to raise money for another organization. And I was really impressed about her passion about the topic, and that piqued more interest for me. And I talked with Deacon Steve about it, and I learned more. And long story short, along the way, we ended up having a presentation over at the library, the first one that we ever were involved in, because we were trying to help this young gal raise money. Mm-hmm. And so we're like, well, people weren't understanding the topic. And I thought, well, I better learn the topic so I can explain the topic. And I really did a lot of research. And honestly, I spent like an entire week just engulfed in research on this topic. I mean, one of the things I remember is Googling sex trafficking in Wisconsin. That's where I started. And I could not believe
all the hits that you got.
What I got.
Yeah.
I could have read for months. I went from video to survivor video to organization to information. I couldn't believe that this was happening here. It was one of those things that just changed my life. It was a pivotal moment. And I talked to Jason about it. I couldn't stop talking about it. And I just could feel the passion in me. And that was how I kind of connected more with Steve. He was my mentor. He has been ever since, and just helping me get educated on the topic and connecting me more with the Peacemakers and understanding what they do. And I couldn't believe that there was an organization that served this population that I didn't.
There are a few.
And there's many, and I just couldn't believe it. So all of that is how. And so now moving forward, 7-8 years later, you can't see right here, but I'm going to show you in a few minutes. All the products, lots of products. If you are a shopper of our bath and body products, the soaps, the lotions, the candles, and the salt scrubs, and the bath bombs. Thank you. A lot of bees. The Peacemakers is the organization that makes this product, and the staff and the survivors that are involved in the program. Mm-hmm. And we give 100% of that back to the organization because we are so passionate about this cause, and we want people to learn more. So if you're ever in the store, Mary, you know I can talk, as you know. So if you're ever in the store and you just want to learn more, I promise I won't bombard you if you don't want to be, but just ask, and I'm happy to talk more about not just the organization, but about the cause and about the topic, and about how important supporting organizations like the Peacemakers is to support the women who they serve. Okay, so having said all of that, I'm going to just throw one more thing in there and just say that because of our passion for the topic and the shock that I didn't understand this was happening, I was angry at myself. Like, how could I not know? I feel like I'm a social justice person, or I care about people, and I'm like, how did I not know this was happening in our community, in our city? I grew up in Milwaukee. I had friends in the inner city. I did not understand how it ranges from the small towns to the inner cities to all across the state and country. I knew none of that. And so we ended up starting an organization called the Washington County Anti-Trafficking Advocates. So I will be putting links in here afterwards if you want to follow us on that page too. And I know Shelly, who is from the Peacemakers, is on board putting links in there. She's probably already. Shelly, I can't see anything. My computer, oh, I do. Yes, Shelly's putting in the links for the fundraiser.
Thanks, Shelly.
Yep, thanks, Shelly. She's got my back. Shelly's always got my back on this stuff. So, you're going to have all sorts of information in the comments section if you need. Okay, if you want to donate or purchase products or anything at all or more information. So now I'm gonna give Mary a chance to talk as I promised. And gosh, what can I say? There's always so many questions. You and I really should have like just coffee sometime. But we don't have to do something. Like we're always on like a schedule, it feels like, you know. Yes. Now it's 7:10 and Mary's not gonna hang out with me till midnight talking. I would sit here and listen.
Who's gonna do outreach in the morning?
Who's gonna do outreach in the morning? But there's so much information that she has, and I wish you could get inside of what her brain is. But I'm just gonna start by telling me a little bit about what you do, what you see, and what is street outreach all about.
Okay, well, I've been doing street outreach and working with the Franciscan Peacemakers since 2017. Like the middle of the year, May, is when I started. But I knew Deacon Steve and Kerman because we were work neighbors. We worked in the same building, you know, doing separate things. And I asked him, like, well, what do you do? And he told me and very much enlightened me. As you said, you grew up in Milwaukee. I'm a lifelong Milwaukeean. I have drove in areas where the street prostitution was occurring, and I was wondering, well, what's going on? Where's the police? Who? I was just so amazed and surprised at what was going on and how it was going on. But for the outreach portion, we, along with some other organizations within the Central City, because inner already has a bad connotation, so I always say Central because it's in the middle of the thick of things.
Yep.
That there are ladies and sometimes men who present as women who they have some drug addictions, they've had some traumatic events happen to them in their lives, and they more oftentimes than not, there's some guy that is benefiting or profiting or like edging, pushing, urging them to do this type of work, sex work. They've been sexually exploited. They're on the street, they're hungry, some of them need clothes, a lot of them need shelter. A lot of the ladies that we see, like, they don't have a place to stay, or sometimes they stay in the house with where drugs are sold, what they call it, a trap house or a dope house. Some of them, they sleep in cars, on abandoned porches and abandoned buildings. It's just horrible, and they're hungry. I mean, they go and they provide services to these guys for little money, and using it for drugs and to pay the guys who are exploiting them is very unfortunate. And over time, there are certain areas of the city where we go, and we pretty much go all over the core part of the city. We go on Lisbon Avenue, on North Avenue, we're on Atkinson, up to 27th. We ride down 27th Street from about Atkinson to sometimes like National. Then we go over National, over down to 15th. We go south over to Greenfield, then we go over to Lincoln. We come back up and then go back up Greenfield, 27th Street, and all those areas that I've named has, various women who are selling themselves because of their drug addiction. We see so many people, and over time we get to know people. They get to know us. We build relationships. We build trust. A lot of them are happy to see us. A lot of them have, just like they just brighten up, and they brighten up our day by just, telling us God bless you. They're so grateful. They show so much gratitude. And, sometimes there are some sad stories about someone got put out, someone got beat, someone got robbed. And I remember when I first started, and there were these two ladies on Lisbon coming across 30th Street, and they were crying, and Deacon Steve and I asked what was wrong, and they said they got robbed at gunpoint. And I just felt so bad, because to me that was like adding insult to injury. For what they have to do for the little money that they get, and for someone to rob them of it, that was just like the lowest of low.
Yeah.
we see people that are injured. You know, there's been a couple times with me, and I'm sure Deacon Steve has seen all types of things, you know, where we come up on someone and, you know, like they've been hit a couple times. I've seen where women, they, you know, have been hit in the head, they're bleeding, they don't want to go to to seek medical attention because they're embarrassed, or because they feel like they're going to be treated like they're not human, or, you know, like in a substandard way. I remember the one lady that we came up on not too long ago, and like she had blood like coming down her neck, and her hair probably was matted, and she said, I don't want to go to the hospital because they're just going to treat me like a dope fiend, and I don't want to be treated like that. It's just, you know, like people get stripped and robbed of their dignity, and it's just so, it's hard to see. It's hard to see, and you just have to like try to do something to lift someone up. We don't make judgment, you know, we don't like yell at them. Well, I shouldn't say we don't yell at them, because every once in a while there are certain ones that I say, now you need to get yourself together. And they know exactly what I'm talking about. But they, you know, like take it as it's because I care about them, and not that I'm judging them or thinking that I'm better than them. But it's a lot of pain, but it's a lot of bright spots, you know, within the pain. And we just want to just give hope, and, you know, kind touches, and show love, meet people where they are, not be judgmental, and hopefully, you know, over time it may change, may make one person say, well, I think I want to make some changes in my life, and we'll help them as best we can.
I think one of the things that I know, one of the things that sticks in my head, and I've said this before, when I got involved with the Peacemakers more, well, when Deacon Steve asked me to be on the board, and I started coming to those meetings and meeting the board members and getting to know people more. I had gotten to know some of them through presentations. Deacon and Steve and I would do speaking things together, and some of the staff would be selling product and whatnot. But I guess the thing that really connects me to the Peacemakers personally is everything you just said, Mary, is not just the mission, but how it is carried out. So it's not like, oh, I'm going to bring lunch to these people who need food. It's, here's somebody who needs something that I can help them with. I can't solve their problems. You are not going to solve their problems in one visit, in one stopping as you drive by and stop and hand them a lunch. But that personal human connection and showing love, I think just the lack of love, or feeling that you are worthy of love, is such a huge, is the root of so many problems of everything. If people feel loved and worthy, then they're gonna lift their standards, and they're gonna love others more, and they're gonna love themselves, and they're gonna strive and have hope and strive for better, and love others, and be kind to themselves and be kind to others, and all that. And I know Deacon Steve speaks on the buyers, on the traffickers, on all of that, and how these are broken people as well.
Yeah.
You know, so if we're going to be human, if we're going to treat people humanly, we have to treat everybody humanly, and have compassion in that way. And the other thing is just how you said, Mary, how you meet them where they are. It's not like, well, I have some food for you, but you got to believe in God. I mean, this is a religious organization.
Yes, we are.
You have to believe in Jesus, or we're not going to really give you what you need. That's the thing that I think some organizations go wrong. And I'm just going to say that for me, because this is my personal thing, and I'm saying that I think it's important, and I feel like that's kind of how we feel in this store. And I'm just going to use that analogy, because that is what we do. We just feel, and it's like we are connected with our beliefs on that. That's how I connect with the Peacemakers, that I believe that you meet people where they are. You do not say that this is for you only if you are here, and thinking the same way I'm thinking. And I think I have never really met such a large group of people, the staff, the board members, the people involved with the Peacemakers, the volunteers, who just are serving as Jesus served. That's what I just feel like, just not needing fanfare, not needing recognition, but the reward is what you just said, Mary. What's the reward? Seeing a smile.
Someone saying, "Oh, God bless you. I love you guys. You made my day. I was really hungry, and here you are." Those kinds of things.
Wow.
Those are our rewards.
Yep.
And I don't know, it's just really filling. And we get attached, like the ladies that we see daily, or whenever we go out, or in a pattern, we grow to know, well, what's your name, and how are you doing, and and then they share little bits. We stop alongside the road. Sometimes someone needs prayer. They're going through something that is just unbearable, but they want someone to pray with them. Or sometimes they don't ask for prayer, and I touch them, and then I say a prayer, and then they're happy about that. It's just
I can't imagine that impact in their lives, that what you just said, that person, just the touch and the prayer. I mean, in the scope of what they're dealing with, in the trauma they're in the middle of, and then somebody does that. And I just think that that's so beautiful and amazing, and that's what keeps me connected to the Peacemakers, because I just think, who does that? How many people can say that they do what you're doing? And I thank you for what you're doing, and I thank the Peacemaker team, the outreach team. I mean, we're really focusing on the outreach portion of the Peacemakers, but there's also the residential facility, and there's the hospitality center, which has really struggled for being able to open up because of COVID. By the way, what's the physical location of the Peacemakers?
We're located at 3333 West Lisbon Avenue, right on the corner of 34th and 34th and Lisbon, excuse me. And I tell people we're right in the thick of things. So there's a lot going on Lisbon, a lot of action up and down the street, and they know that we're there. We have a hospitality center. I call that instead of a drop-in center, because it's just to show some hospitality and not just feel so disconnected, like, oh, here are these animals or something, just dropping in.
Right.
So it's, just to get some hospitality, to have a drink of something hot if it's cold outside, something cold if it's hot outside, use a clean bathroom, get a change of clothes, get a meal, sit down and talk to someone, or just take it to go. But due to the pandemic, we haven't been able to serve people inside. We are a kind of a close facility. We don't have a lot of space. So we serve ladies at the door. We have clothing donations. People who donate clothes, and so they like to shop through the window. We have Cynthia, so shout out to Cynthia, who is the fashion coordinator, because she is able to match stuff together. She's digging around, even when we're on outreach. Sometimes we take, just some clothes, and Cynthia's like, well, let me find something to match that. And she'll see somebody that, you got on a blue coat, let me find you a scarf. Just go with this. Nice. So, and that's kind of whimsical and funny. It just,
it's an extra.
It lightens up the mood.
It does, and everybody needs that. I mean, I believe that faith and humor, and even the worst of situations, you still need the faith and you still need the humor. I don't care. You can never live without those two things. I think that just can help buoy you up. What's the word? I'm not saying that word right.
But it's
lift
B-O-U-Y.
I know you know what I'm saying. Lift you up. Okay, so Deacon Steve is probably chomping at the bit right now at home, going, wrap it up. But did you mention how many years Peacemakers have been doing street outreach? I don't remember.
Peacemakers have been doing street outreach for coming up to the 26th year.
So Peacemakers had a big anniversary.
We just had a 25th anniversary in October, and because of the pandemic, it messed it all up. But we did well, we did something outside in October, and it was windy, but the sun was shining. And I'm not Catholic, nor am I Franciscan, and so it was something with a pet blessing, and so we had some people brought pets, and they were blessed, and we did a Facebook Live event, and we had items for sale, and so it was really nice.
It was nice.
It was really nice.
It was really nice. And we celebrated Cynthia's graduation from the program.
Yes, we did.
And Cynthia, I just real quick, because I cannot imagine how important her being on the street outreach team must be to the women who are.
It's very important because there are a lot of women who recognize Cynthia and know Cynthia, when she was out on the street, and they look at her as an example, and they know that, and she always says, well, if I can do it, you can do it too. And, sometimes when people see someone, they don't know, no one knows what someone else's struggle is. And so, they look at me, it's like, well, she's just some lady, just being nice. But they know Cynthia's story, and they know that she has walked in their shoes, and they really have respect for her.
That's powerful. That's so powerful. You cannot, there's nobody that can take that place if they haven't been there. That's just unique. So that is amazing. All right, so how can people donate? Because this is what's most important right now. So Shelley has done a phenomenal job with the Franciscan Peacemakers campaign, Fuel Our Connection. So here is my shout out. I believe everyone should feel worthy of love. I mean, this is something that's just so important to me. How can you feel motivated to rise above your circumstances, no matter how bad they are, if you don't have anyone showing you that love? And so that's why all these people on the staff and the volunteers and involved that I've ever met in this organization, that's what they do. They just love without judgment. And to me, that is so huge. That is just so important. That's why I love this organization. But I know Shelley is popping all sorts of things. It's Giving Tuesday, so we're asking to purchase items online, franciscanpeacemakers.com. Shelley just popped that link right in there again right now. Our goal is $10,000. We're right about to 4,000 right now. Shelley just commented, so that's awesome. We're getting there. We're getting very close. Every dollar counts, and we appreciate that. And no matter how big or small, I also want to encourage people, share the fundraiser, not just now, but tomorrow and the next day. Talk about it with your friends, share it to your Facebook pages. I know there's a lot of people out there right now looking for help with their organization. But if this is a cause that has touched your heart, there's sexual violence and sexual traumas. It's not just people out there on the streets. There's people that come into the store. I've had many conversations. It's people that it's your neighbors. It's this cause affects so many people. The people who end up on the streets, making those, they make some choices there, or they have had traumas, have made some choices, whatever the reason that they have
had some choices made for them. Unfortunately.
Whatever the thing, it's not too late. It's not too late to support them and help them rise up. And if you can't, I'm not out there, but I'm going to support in other ways. I'm doing this Facebook Live, and I'm on the board of directors, and I do presentations, and Mary's out there doing her thing and working for the Peacemakers and doing the street outreach and a million other things. And everybody connected with this organization does all sorts of things behind the scenes that people don't know. And maybe your thing is donating money. Maybe your thing is purchasing the products or sharing the information with somebody who might be interested as well. So I just want to real quick, I'm going to just show you some of the products. We sell them in the store here again, but Shelley, isn't it true that people can get a discount right now because of this big campaign happening? Isn't it true that they can get a discount? So I encourage you to go online. You're not going to offend us because we're not keeping any of the money anyways. If you purchase products here, it's all going to the Peacemakers. So that's awesome. And we have a lot of supporters. We sell a ton of this product. So that's amazing. Thank you to everybody who has been supporting this mission. But you can also donate money. You can go to the gift shop. What are the hours at the gift shop?
We are open Tuesday through Friday, 8:30 to 2:30, I believe.
Okay.
And Saturdays from 9 to noon.
So this brings me to my first trivia question. You didn't really know we were going to do trivia today, did you?
I did not.
I
don't have to answer any questions.
No, you don't have to answer. I would not put you on the spot.
But I don't know.
It's all stuff you know. But here's the deal. if you answer this question correct, you're going to get a $10 Faith and Giggles gift card, and you're going to get one of their lovely, here, I have one burning, but you're going to get to pick whatever scent you want of the lovely soy-based candle, 6-ounce candles, 8-ounce candles?
It's an 8-ounce.
8-ounce candle. Here we have one burning. I hope our fire chief, Paul Stevens, isn't watching right now because he gets mad at me when I have candles burning. He scolded me on Facebook before. I'll blow it out right away, Paul, if you're watching. I just wanted to show, but you're going to get a candle and you're going to get a $10 gift card for free if you get this question right. And it's an easy one. We gave you the answers already. So here it comes. And let me just say that give your answer, but we're not going to call out the winner. We're not going to call out the winner until I review this tape, because comments always come out of order. So the first one coming up here might not be the one. So I have to review it and look at the timestamp. Just so you know, I'm not going to call the winner out, but I will rewatch this tonight and I'll tag you tonight or tomorrow. So here's the question. What is the physical location of the Franciscan Peacemakers, their gift shop, their hospitality center, and their production, what would you call where you make the products?
We're going to call it our plant.
The production plant.
Yes.
Okay. So we mentioned what is the...
We're as big as Foxconn.
Yeah. Your heart is as big as that, Mary, that's for sure. I don't know about the physical location. All right, I see an answer already. Awesome, a couple of them. Boom, 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 very good. It is 34th and Lisbon, or 3333 West Lisbon Avenue would have been right too, but I saw 34th and Lisbon, right? It's 30.
Yes.
It's not 33rd, it's 34th and
It's
Lisbon.
34th.
34th and Lisbon, or 3333 West Lisbon Avenue. So, okay, I'm going to review it and I'll let you know. Now, I have 2 questions. I have another one, so hang on there. Hang on, everybody. So, if you come into Faith and Giggles, you can see the product directly. I just showed you the candle, but there's tons of stuff, you guys. There's lots of bar soaps. I only have Sacred Amber, but you cannot, if you have ever been, it's up by the counter, kind of close to the counter area. It smells so amazing. This is a new product that's, I wish I had a third hand that I could open this up and, well, it doesn't matter. You can't smell it anyways, but you can see it. Peppermint rosemary bath salts, salt scrub. Okay, then we've got, this is I forgot the ounce, 6-ounce tub of lotion. Thanks, Mary. It's kind of like a body cream almost.
Yeah, it's heavier and more dense than the regular lotion.
Which
is 8 ounces.
So this is the pump lotion, 8 ounce. And again, lots of scents. You have to go to franciscanpeacemakers.com and go to the shop now, I think, button, and you'll be able to see all the products. First of all, this is relatively new, the liquid soap. So there's this one here is lemongrass tea, but there's lots more. That's exciting. Bath bombs, of course. You get 3 in a package. This is my favorite mug in the morning. Jason can attest for this. So this is relatively new. This is for the 25th anniversary. Peace and All Good mug. This is the new logo. Check it out. And these are handmade by, I should know this, Linderman Pottery. Andrew Linderman Pottery in Milwaukee, right? Isn't he? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And all of them are just a little bit different. Yeah. Which I think is really cool. We sell these here too, but I'm not kidding you. This is my favorite mug in the morning with my devotion and my dogs and my fire.
There's a uniqueness to handcrafted items.
Oh, for sure. They're beautiful. We have the collection sets where you can get all sorts. It's got the lotion, the bath bombs, the soap, and a homemade, handmade soap dish by one of our board members, Jim West. And we've got collection sets. I'm not going to show you everything because I'm afraid I'm going to knock something over. I'm feeling clumsy right now. I think I've really gotten lucky that I haven't knocked anything over so far. But I really want you to stop in and check. And there's little lotions too. I didn't grab one of those. There's little candles, big candles. Everything you purchase, these are great gifts for anybody. And the smell, it's all natural, right?
Yes.
Soy candles.
The candles are soy. They burn clean and complete.
Okay.
And they're scented with essential oils.
Okay. And how does purchasing this product support the women in the program? Can you explain that a little bit?
Yes. So in addition to doing street outreach and having the center, we also have a residential portion where currently up to 3 ladies can live for 2 years while they are working on their healing as far as AODA counseling, trauma therapy, and addressing any legal or medical or financial issues that they may have, identifying and trying to get those addressed so that at the end of 2 years when they leave or complete their time at Clare Community, that they can, go out into whatever community that they choose and, have more of a fruitful life. So with that comes the social enterprise portion. So the women who live in the house work at the social enterprise, and there is like just kind of basic job skills, and it's a workforce development piece. They're paid a living wage, and because they live free of charge at Clare Community, they must save half of their earnings. So these products, the purchase of these products gives them work and allows them to make earnings.
That's awesome. So I think it's just so important and so vital to supporting them, because you can donate money as, cash is king and all of that, but buying the product and using the product and sharing the product also is just as equally important in supporting the women in this program. So I have another question, and then I think we're going to have to wrap up. I like, once I get started on these, I could do them all night long. It's hard to get going, but once I get going. Second trivia question, and that's going to be for another candle of your choice and another $10 gift card at Faith and Giggles. How many years has Franciscan Peacemakers been doing street outreach? It's easy. We talked about it. Mary just told us a few minutes ago. How many years has Franciscan Peacemakers been doing street outreach? Can you imagine? No, I'm not going to say it yet. Don't say it yet, Wendy. Nope. Somebody just said... Okay, there's the right answer. I see the right answer. Lots of them popping up. 25 years. It's going to be 26. I know that somebody just popped in 26, but it's been a full 25 years that Franciscan Peacemakers has been doing street outreach. And can you imagine that? Just that constant force and presence for women, people, humans, kids, men, whatever, whoever is being exploited, and just that constant, that's persistence, and that's commitment, and that is something I am proud of to be a part of, and
we're happy to have.
Thank you, and I'm grateful to be involved. So thanks for coming out here and doing this with me, Mary.
Thank you so
I
much.
appreciate it, and if you want any more information, be sure to go to the FranciscanPeacemakers.com. Stop in at Faith and Giggles. I talk a lot. I'm telling you all about the people. I'll tell you all about the organization, or anything else you want to know about the cause. And I will also, if you're somebody in need of a service, or you've been exploited, or you're in need of some help in that respect, which we a lot of times do have that happen. I am not a social worker. I am not an expert on that, but I am really able to connect you with the people, the organizations that can help you. That's what I feel like my job is that I can make the connection. Jason can make the connection for you. So please don't be afraid. I love having the conversations, no judgment. And thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We had a great group of people on, and I appreciate everything. And have a great rest of your Giving Tuesday. Good night.
Thanks, everyone.